Welcome to PHP e-commerce project tutorial for beginner. In this tutorial, we are going to let the admin add the product data from the admin panel. So for it, let me just click login and let's go to our admin dashboard. So let's give the password, which is 123456, then click login. And there you can see this is our admin dashboard. So here, what you want is that when you click on this add product button, then it will take us to another page where we'll have some input field to upload some data for the product. So for it, let's go back to our code and we'll go to our admin folder. Inside admin folder, here you can see we have admin page.php. And if you go down here, you can see add products. So here you can see we have href here. So we are going to remove this hash from here and I'm going to say here add underscore product.php. Then save it. So right now we are going to create add underscore product.php inside this admin folder. So I'll just right click on the admin folder, then click on new file and I'll say here add underscore product.php. So Ctrl S, then save. So first of all, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to copy whatever design we have from this page, which is admin page.php, which is this one. Here you can see dashboard, user, add product, view products, and some other things. So I'm just going to copy this and then I'll remove this and paste whatever I just copied. So let me just remove this text from here, from this add product. So I will just remove this p tag from here and I'll keep this div class info, then save it. And then let me just refresh here. And if we now click on add products, it will take us to this page and there you can see there is no text right now over here. So here in this div class info, let's say here age on tag, we are going to say here add products. If we now save this, then refresh here, there you can see it says add products. So here we are going to have some input fields to upload some product data. So let's go back to our code and here let's mention a div first. Then in this div we are going to have a form. So we'll say here form and here let's mention another div, opening, div closing, and inside this we are going to have a label for the product title. Let's say here only title. Then for this label we are going to have an input field and the input type will be text and the name will be title. Okay, let me just mention a class name here first. Let's say class name will be div underscore deg. So right now let's copy this and I'm going to paste it 3 times. 1, 2 and 3. So after title we'll have the product description. Let's say here description and here name equal to. Okay, so for description, instead of input type text, we are going to say here text area. And in this text area, I'm going to say here name and the name will be description. So this will be the price. So I'm going to say here price and the price will be in number. So input type will be number and the name will be price. So right now let's also have the product quantity as well. So I'm going to say here quantity. So type will be for quantity number and name equal to, let's say quantity. Let's just say here QTY. And we're going to have one more div for the submit button. So for submit button, there is no need to have any label. So the submit button type will be submit and the name will be, let's say add underscore product. And we also need to say here value will be add product. So let's save this and right now let's go back to our browser and if we refresh, it will show us this way. So right now we're going to add some simple design here. So let's go back and here, first of all, let's have it in the center. So in this div, I'm going to mention a class. Let's say class name will be my underscore form. And for this form, I'm going to write some CSS. So I'll just copy this and let's go to our admin style.css. Let's go down. Here I'm going to say dot my form to second bracket. We're going to say here margin left. Let's say it will be 30%. If we now save this, then if we now refresh, there you can see it is almost in the center. So let's go and write some CSS for the title so that there is some space among the input field and label, and also let's add some padding among the input fields as well. So let's go back, and here you can see we have a tag called label. So we are going to say here the tag which is label to second bracket. We are going to say here width, it will be 200 pixel. And we need to say one more thing before this, which is display, it will be inline block. If we now set this, then refresh here, there you can see it will look like this. So I think that space is too much. Let's say here it will be 150. After that, here you can see we mention a div class name which is div_dg. So I'm going to mention the class name. Then we'll say here padding. It will be, let's say, 15 pixel. Save, refresh, and there you go. It will look like this. So right now, let's just increase the font size for the level, and let's also make some design for the input field as well. So let's go back, and for the level, I'm going to say here font size, it will be 15 pixel. Then here you can see we have some input field for text, then number, input type number. For those two, let's write some CSS. So I'm going to say here input to third bracket, we'll say here type equal to, first one will be text, then let's give a comma here. We'll give again to third bracket, we'll say here type equal to number. Then to second bracket, and here we're going to say the text field width will be 30%. Then let's say here padding, it will be 12 px, and resize, it will be vertical. And let's also say here box sizing, it will be border box. Save it. Then refresh here, it will look like this. Let's just increase the description height and width. For it, we can just do it really easily. Or let me just say here text area. Then to second bracket, I'm going to say here width, it will be 30%. And let's mention height, it will be, let's say, 200 pixel. Save it, refresh, and it will look like this. I think the description with 40% will look good. Refresh here, okay, that's fine. So right now what we are going to do is that when we click on this add product button, those data will be uploaded to a table. So let's go create a product table. For it, we'll go to our database, which is php_ecom. So here we are going to create a table. For it, just click on the database. Then here you can see we have an option called create new table. So here we need to give a table name. Let's say the table name will be products, and the number of column will be ID, title, description, price, quantity, and image. So number of column will be 6. So I'll click on create, and there you go. So here first one will be ID, this one will be title, then we'll have the description, then the price, this will be quantity, and the last one will be image. And I forgot to add the image field here. So I'll add the image field a little later. Let me just create the table first. So the title will be varchar, description will be varchar, price will be varchar, quantity will be varchar, let's say, and the image will be varchar. So for description, instead of varchar, let's choose here long text. Just choose long text for description. So for ID, let's say here 50, for title 50, for description let's say here 255, for price let's say 50, quantity will be 50, and for image let's say 255. And we will not allow null value. And here you can see AI. So we are going to make our ID primary, and we also want to increase the ID value automatically. So I'll click on this AI for the ID, and there you can see ID become primary key. So once you keep those, just go down, and here you can see the save button. Just click on save, and there you can see a table is created. So we are going to upload some data to this table. So first of all, let me just add the upload image option here. So let's go back, and we'll go to our add product. So after the quantity, I'm going to add the image field. So here, let's say here product image, and for the image we need to say here type will be file, and let's say the name will be my_image. So let's get the top, and here in this form we need to say here action, then we'll say here method, then we need to say here enc type, and enc type will be multipart / form data. We need to mention this multipart / form data because we want to upload a file from here. So make sure to add this, otherwise you'll get an error, and the method will be post since we want to upload data to the table. And we'll keep this empty because we are going to write the PHP code to upload those data to the table in the same page. So we'll just keep this empty. So right now, let's get the top, and here you can see we already have the PHP opening and the PHP closing. So first of all, what we are going to do is that we are going to connect this add product.php with the database. So for it, just I am going to declare variable $con equal to, we'll say here my sqli_connect, and inside this, first of all, I'm going to say here localhost, then we are going to mention the database username, which is by default root, the password is by default null, and our database name is myecom. Let me just show you. Here you can see our database name is php_ecom. So on site, just write this, it means we are connected to the database. So right now we are going to write the code to upload the product data to the product table. So for it, first of all, I am going to say here a if condition, if, then we say here is set, and inside this we'll say $_post, and make sure this post is capital letter, and in this variable we need to mention the submit button name. Here you can see input type submit, and the button name is add_product. So we need to mention this inside this variable. So what we are doing is that we are checking whether someone click on the submit button. So if someone click on the submit button, first of all, what we will do is that we will get those data, this title, description in a variable. For it, here let me just declare a variable. In order to declare a variable, we need to say here $, let's say it will be title, equal to, we'll say $_post, and then inside this two single quotation, we are going to mention the input field name, which is, here you can see for the title, the name is title. So I'm just going to write here title, and after title we have description. So let me just copy this and paste it 3 times for now. So let's say here the variable name will be des, and here I am going to say description. So this is just a variable. You can declare this anything you want, but here you can see description. This name will come from the input field from here. Here you can see name equal to description. So I hope you are clear. Here you can see price. We write quantity like this, QTY. Okay, so I'm going to say here price, and here let's say quantity let's just say QTY, and here let's say QTY, which was in the input field. So right now we're going to get the image, but getting the image is a little bit of different. First of all, let me declare a variable. Let's say $image_name. Then we need to give a equal sign, and since image is a file, so we need to say here $_files, and inside this variable we need to measure our image name, and here you can see our image name is my_image, and we are going to say this my_image. Again we'll give 2 third bracket to single quotation. Inside this we are going to say name. So what we are doing is that we are going to take the name of the image and keep this in this variable. After this, we are going to separate the image name and image extension. So let me declare another variable $tmp equal to, we'll say here explore, and here we're going to give two double quotation. Inside it we'll give a single quotation. Then here you can see strings. Instead of string, I'm going to mention this image name. So here what we are doing is that we are separating the image and the image extension, and the image extension will be stored in the tmp array. So after that, let me declare another variable. Let's say here new file name equal to, so we are going to give the image a unique name using a time function. So let's say here round, then to first bracket I'm going to say here micro time, and inside this first bracket I'm going to say here true, then we'll give a dot to single quotation a dot, and here we're going to say here int, and inside this we're going to mention this variable tmp. So we'll say here tmp. So inside this in tmp we have the image extension name, and we are giving the image a unique name using time function. After that, we are going to store the image in a folder. So let me just declare a variable. Let's say here $upload path equal to, first of all let me just create a folder in this project. So I'll just right click and then click here new folder. Let's say the folder name will be product underscore image, and we're going to upload all the image in this folder. So for it, we'll give to double quotation here, then we need to mention the folder location, and here you can see currently we are in the admin folder, and this product image folder is outside the admin folder. So we need to give here dot then slash, then we're going to mention this folder name which is product underscore image, then we need to give another slash here, then here we're going to give a dot, then we'll mention this new image file name, and in this with a semicolon. Now we're going to say here move underscore uploaded file, and here you can see move underscore uploaded file, and here you can see file name and destination. So here in the file name we're going to say $_files, and in this variable we need to mention this my image. So we are going to say here my underscore image. After that we need to give another two third bracket, then to single quotation, and here we need to say tmp underscore name, and then we need to mention the destination. So destination will be this one, uploaded path. So we'll just paste it here, and in this with a semicolon. Let me just write it like this. So here what we are doing is that we are uploading the image, and the image name will be temp.tile. That's why we say temp underscore image, and the destination will be this one with the new file name. So we are able to get all the data in the variable, and right now we are going to write a query to upload those data to the database table. So for it we are going to declare a variable. Let's say $SQL equal to, we'll give to double quotation, we are going to say here insert into, we need to mention our table name which is product. Let me just check the name because we need to write it exactly. So there is a S products, so we need to say here products. Then we're going to give to first bracket like this, and right now we need to get the name from the table, from the database table. So here you can see title, description, price, quantity and image. So we need to write those names exactly over here. So I'm going to say here title, comma, description, comma, price, comma, quantity, comma, description, and the last one was image. So we need to mention right now values, and what are the values? Values will be those one. Here you can see title, description, price, quantity and the image. So for the values we need to give to single quotation, then we need to mention this $title. So let me just copy this and paste it here. then give a comma, again two single quotation. So after title we have description, we write here DS. So we'll say here $DES. After that, again two single quotation, we have $price, which will come from here. Then we have QTY, which is for quantity. So we say here QTY. Before it, we need to give a dollar. And right now we need to mention the image name, and the image name is this one. Here you can see new file name, where we modify the image name using time function. So we'll give a comma to single quotation and we'll mention the image name. So there you go. And we need to end this with a semicolon. So after that, we need to say here $data equal to mysqli underscore query, then to first bracket, and here we need to mention the database connection. Here you can see $conf, where we make the connection with the database. So we are going to mention this, then we will mention our SQL query. So once you write this, it means you will be able to upload the data to the database table. So here let me just give a if condition, and here if the upload is successful, we will keep the user on the same page. So we say here header, then to first bracket, then to single quotation, we'll say location, and the location will be the same page, which is add underscore product. And currently you are in the admin folder already, so we don't need to mention the admin folder name here. So we'll say here add underscore product dot PHP. So let's save this and let me just refresh here. There you can see we have the product image option here. So let's give a title. Let's say title will be shirt. Let's say here test description. Price will be 100. Quantity will be 100. And let's choose the image. Let me just choose some random image from here. Okay, let's choose this camera image. Click on open. Then right now, if we click on add product, okay, so there's a error uncaught SQL column value doesn't match. Okay, let me check. Title description. Okay, I made a mistake here. You can see I write description here twice. So that's not giving us the error. So we need to write it like this. So let me just save it. Let's go back. Let me just refresh here again. Let's say here camera. Let's say test camera. Price will be 350, quantity will be 15. Let's choose the image from here, click on open, and then let's click on add product. There you can see our page reloaded, and if we just refresh our products table, so if we just click on this browse, it will refresh our database, and there you can see we have the title, description, price, quantity, and the image properly. And let me just check the images folder. If we now click on this product image, there you can see we have an image here, and I think the image size is too big. That's why we are not able to see it properly. There you can see this is the image that we just uploaded. So we are able to successfully upload our image to the database. So we are able to successfully upload the data from the admin panel. So in the next tutorial, we are going to show the product data from the table to our this admin panel. So if we click on view product, it will show us all the product data from the database. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you in the future tutorials.